So today I wanted to talk about the level design of Sonic Omens, because a lot of people say that only the first few levels are good, but I disagree. I think all the levels are good, and only the first few ones are the most straightforward. Those are the levels that would feel the most familiar to other boost gameplay from the official games, but as the game goes on, it's a bit more complex. And part of that is how the shadow levels, they allow room to mess around with the chaos powers. And if you don't do that, then yeah, you're going to have a harder time. Because it's not going to feel as smooth. But when you do use them, it feels a lot better. It just takes some learning. Learning of the layouts and learning of how the powers work. But I wanted to highlight this level in particular, Tree Palace, because it's the most infamous level for this game, at least from what I remember. Because it's a giant platforming challenge, and it's not built like a racetrack, it's just make your way up. And there are a few ways to do that in a Sonic game. You could do it the Frontiers way, where it's a bunch of grind rails and boost pads. Or you could do it like this, with careful jumps and springs and stuff. I don't think it's a bad level. I think it's just different. Look at that. The spring affected the robot. That's cool. That reminds me, a lot of people say this thing about the game being made out of spite. I don't see it. Just look at it, listen to it. It's like, if there was a definition for passion project, it would be this. And, well, maybe not specifically this, but like, the work they put into it, it's just so good. Anyway, you saw me meandering around this tree trunk for a while. That's the normal way to go, but you could use a slope jump and make it up here. Bam, shortcut. Anyway, the thing about being made out of spite, it's not like that, because they've said that the Sonic series isn't going in the direction that they like, and they wanted to make something that's more along the lines of what they'd like to play, as kind of a farewell to the series. Because they won't be following the new stuff. And that's fair, that's completely fair. They made a great game, they put a lot of love and work into it, even for a year after release. I think it's just so well done. Not to mention all the Ori analogs. We'll get into that later, but for now, this is about level design. The upper areas are a bit more streamlined than the bottom. You still have to be careful because you could fall. But we have checkpoints, so oh boy. We also have tricky jumps and wall runs, but there you have it. That's the end of the level. Now, getting an S rank is a little harder because you have to focus more on the enemies and stuff. But I don't see how this is a bad level. It's different, but bad? No. I guess people want more boosting, more of a flow. And that's fine, but I'd say that level did have flow. And then there's Shadow's first level. People get really confused by this one. I have a video about this one, a speedrun video, but I don't talk about it in that one. So in this, not in this game, in this level, in the starting room, you take down a few robots, and that opens up the gate at the top. Or you can Chaos Blast them, and that opens up the gate much quicker. Now this room, you could Chaos Dash and move upwards to get through the corridor. Now this simple Chaos Spear, a lot of people don't seem to get the controls for it, so you hold square or X, whatever your left face button is, you aim with the left analog stick, and it should snap to your button. Of course, it didn't snap there because I already hit the button, so it's not a target anymore, but yeah. I stood still for a while there, but let's keep going. Now this area, it's all one big room, and you'll see later on how you can make a huge shortcut through it. Also, this spot is to encourage you to use Chaos Control to slow down the, I guess, glass? I guess that's what it is, yeah. Then a normal hallway. Then back into this room. Higher this time for the grind rails. Then you're out the other side. But, hang on, I'm just gonna die here. And we'll get back to the start of the room. Now, Chaos Dash, and we are already on the final grind rail of the room, skipping the hallway and everything. This is another place where you can use Chaos Dash to smoothly just get through. And some Chaos Control helps here. It slows down the platforms, gives you some time to think. Now, Chaos Dash also allows you to go through hazards. Normally you'd have to roll under that. Here's a room where you can use Chaos Blast because it's full of enemies. It doesn't always get all of them. That one's usually left for me. Now here's another room where you could go the long way, like what I'm showing you right now. I've seen people get stuck here, but there are arrows, big red arrows. And again, you can use Chaos Control to slow them down, the spinning platforms I mean, so the lasers are less of a hassle. And some more arrows. You look this way, you see another button for Chaos Spear. Hold square, aim, fire. A little more jumping, and we go through. This is the final hallway, but hang on. That's water, and you can just skip all of that. That's one of the most recent things I learned about this level. So as you can see, there's a whole lot you can do with these powers and with the level design. It's really cool. I think that's all for now. I'll probably talk about some other levels later. But yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about Omens.
What's that on the screen?